Hi, aloha everyone. I'm going to do things a little differently here, and it really is, after these fascinating stories, it's a little bit of an inverse, really, because I left Hawaii, right? And I like to think that listicles, if you don't know, listicles are articles in the form of a list, is a valuable way of telling a story because it breaks things down in a simple way that people can understand. That's what journalism is. So, I present to you Top 10 Reasons Why Gene Park Left Hawaii. Reason number 10, everyone's Instagram is the same thing. And I'm gonna tell you why, okay? I'm sitting in H1 traffic, okay, and at the Middle Street Merge. Everyone knows that's the scenario, right? I'm a little bit bored. I look outside my windshield, there's a pretty little rainbow out there. I'm like, oh, pretty rainbow, that's wonderful, right? It's something that I see every day because Hawaii is so beautiful, right? So I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more stimulation. So I check on my Instagram, and guess what pictures I'm seeing? It's the same rainbow that's right in front of my face. So I'm not getting some stimulation. I'm sitting there in traffic, and you might say that you might blame me for maybe following the wrong people. I should probably unfollow some people. I should probably follow some other different types of accounts, which leads me to reason number 9. Everyone gets so mad when I unfollow them on Instagram. I don't get it. It's just Instagram. It's just pictures, you know? You have thousands of people who are liking your photos, and it's just me who's just not interested in it. And that's it. So this isn't high school, you know? Like in high school, you would get mad at something like that, but it just confounded me. But I understand that this is a small community, and everyone here needs to support each other. But I was just like, are we still in high school? Which leads me to reason number 8. I was getting a little tired of answering the question, and with the answer, no, I did not go to Iolani School. And I would ask people, I didn't go to high school here. I went from Guam, so I am an island boy, and people assume that I'm from here. So I asked them, why do you think I went to Iolani School? Because you're Asian and nerdy, right? And I'm like, okay, I didn't understand that. I didn't know that the people who went to Iolani are Asian and nerdy, and I don't know that people who went to Puno are a certain way, or people who go to MidPAC. I still don't understand that. But it is such a strong and powerful identifier for people here, because it tells you about the social political backgrounds of where you live, what part of town you're from, you know? And I always wonder, like, what kind of person I would be if I went to high school here, you know? Would I be a more active person? Would I be into sports? Would I be into UH sports, which is something that I was never really interested in, which leads me to number 7. I don't really care for the outdoors. And I'm not afraid of owning it now, you know? I used to say that, and whenever I would tell people that, they'll be like, what's wrong with you? The beach is beautiful, let's go hiking sometime. Hiking for me is just walking, that's it. There's nothing else going on there. It's not that interesting to me. I grew up on an island already, you know? It's just how it is. And it was just like very surprising to me that people would like judge me for that, you know? So after that, I was always known as a guy who didn't like hiking, and it just got a little tired, and I just really tired of getting to be ridiculed for that. Which leads me to reason number 6, which is, it's a very collectivistic society, and I'm just not like that, you know? Like, people here love to share food. I remember I had a girlfriend here who didn't understand why I wouldn't share my poo-poos with her. And she was just like, aren't you from the island? And I was like, no, I just want to eat my own thing, you know? I just want to eat the one thing. So I actually ended up like quite often just eating by myself, you know? Like people, even here on vacation, people would just see me eating at Zippy's by myself because I just like doing that. It's just the kind of thing that I want, you know? I understand that this is not a problem unique to Hawaii. You know, this is a collectivistic society where people like to share things. I'm Asian as well, and people like to do that in Korea as well. But, you know, my personality is different. I'm a different individual. So, you know, I'm not saying that this is a problem unique to Hawaii, but it does lead me to reason number 5, which is it's a very patriarchal society here. And I remember when I first moved here, I told people, like, yeah, I really want to be somebody here in Hawaii. I want to be successful. And I was told many different times, in order to be successful here in Hawaii, you need to have a good Japanese wife. Which really didn't make much sense to me, you know? What if I want a bad white girl, you know? It didn't make any sense to me. Why does it have to be that? Why does it have to be particularly that? But then, like, I understood it. You know, it's a society that has been built on that. You know, what if I want a husband? You know, and you know, if I wanted to do that, I can do that now. It happened 2 years ago, right? But that leads me to reason number 5. Let me check real quick. Reason number 5 is. Reason number 4 is Hawaii's always waiting for permission. Hawaii could have saved the past gay marriage in the 90s, and it didn't. Every time I look into politics, there's always a committee going on, and they always need some kind of research, and they need to wait to see what happens in Denver, or California, and why can't Hawaii just be a leader and just like do things? Because, you know, look. Where is the political will, you know? And which leads me to reason number 3. Unfortunately, Hawaii doesn't care about politics. And that makes me sad. That makes me sad to say, but it's true, because we have the worst voter turnout in the nation, you know? Back in the 2012 elections, I had a friend who was campaigning or really cheering for somebody who was running for state house here, right? And he kept saying, yeah, vote for her for Congress. And I said, it's not Congress, that's state house. And then he said, well, isn't the term like interchangeable? You can just say Congress for anything. And it's like, no, it's just the one Congress. It's just the one thing. It's just state house. That really took me aback, because I think this is a person that's smart, but just didn't understand like how it is, you know? Like just the other day, I explained where I work. I work at the Washington Post, and she didn't know what it was. That's fine, I don't care. But I said, have you ever heard of Watergate? And she's like, no. I was like, have you heard of President Nixon? And it's like, yeah, he was president sometime during the 80s, right? And it's like, geez, okay, you know. So that kind of thinking just really like made me upset, you know. And like, I just wonder where it's going. And it takes me to reason number 2, which is, and this is true for only some people. It's not true for all people, because obviously there's a lot of people who are very happy and who have a lot of reasons to stay here. But my reason number 2 is that for some people, creativity and hard work can only get you so far in Hawaii. And it's very, very sad to say and disappointing, but in my profession, in social media and journalism, which I'm very passionate about, the only place I could have gone that would hire me and to do the kinds of thing I wanted to do was right here at Civil Beat, right? So after Civil Beat, where was I gonna go after that? You know, am I just gonna stay at Civil Beat forever? I don't know. I need to fly. And at the Washington Post, I'm being rewarded in ways that I could never have even dreamed of, you know? I feel more fulfilled in my life than I've ever been, which really leads me to reason number 1, and which is really the only reason it matters. And it is the umbrella reason. I had to admit to myself that I don't belong in Hawaii, and that's it. And it was a tough realization for me to say. And when I came to Hawaii, I had never had the intention of trying to change anything, because there are centuries and centuries of wonderful history here. Lots of progress has been made. And I know what it's like to come from an island that has been ravaged by colonialism and cultural damage. So I'm not here to change any of that whatsoever. But I had to take a deep look at myself, and I had to ask myself, do I want to stay here? Is this where I'm going to be happy? I don't know. I can tell you right now, definitively, that I am definitely a lot happier than I've ever been in my entire life. And it has nothing to do with Hawaii. And I realized that the speech is ultimately just a "it's not you, it's me" speech. But leaving Hawaii was difficult. It did feel a little bit like breaking up. On my last day here last year, I actually cried, and I broke down and cried in front of my mother, because it just felt really difficult to pull away from this wonderful place where I could not be where I am without the experiences and the people and the friendships that I made here. So it isn't Hawaii, it's just me. I just had to click unfollow.